In this video, I'm actually going to go over the second of the 7 laws of the mind to start to begin to corroborate, is that the right word? Corroborate my claim that most people know more about their cell phone than they do about the greatest mechanism on the planet, which is right here. Aloha, I'm Mark J, World's Laziest Network, and to get all our videos and each one of the ensuing laws, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and by the way, hit that little bell so you'll know right away. Okay, the claim that I made, and by the way, please keep participating and leaving comments down below. Stephen has had some wonderful things to say. Stephen Richardson, by the way, great book called Step Into Your Vision. Step Into Your Vision with Stephen Richardson and Scott and Cheryl, basically saying, hey, your stuff's great, but really? Aladdin's lamp in the mind, this is the greatest mechanism? I think I know more about my brain than I do the cell phone. Well, that's not really true. So we're going to talk about this, and I actually went over this when we'll have a quick review. But what we're going to focus on right now is the law of subconscious activity, because it's crucial that everybody understands that the circumstances in your life, all the circumstances in your life, you are the creator. You see, the creator gave us all control over one thing, not 2, not 4, not 10, not 13. 8 and 5 is 13, okay? Gave us control over one thing, and it is actually in this way that we're all created equal. I can imagine a creator that said, I really don't like Harry that much. I'm only going to give him 50% control over his thoughts. And Joanne, she's nice, but not that nice, 80%. But you, I'm going to give you 100%. We all have the ability to control our thoughts. And that's all we really need. We only got control over one thing because it's all we need. So let's get down to this creativity thing. That you created all the circumstances in your life. This comes from an internal blueprint that you're holding because the subconscious mind is programmed between the ages of 0 and we'll say probably these days 6, but probably 0 to 7. You don't have anything in your operating system, and it gets programmed in by the machine, well-meaning people, the machine, of course, being all the institutions that are collaborating to keep us mired in the momentum of mediocrity. So let's take a waitress, for example, that's living out of her tip jar at 30 years old out in California, in Hollywood. And she started in Minneapolis, and she wanted to be an actress, so she went to Hollywood. Now, it wasn't one big decision to get in a bad marriage, have 2 kids, get abandoned, and live out of her tip jar. It was decisions she made month to month, week to week, day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, and second to second in what's known as the internal blueprint. And this is really how it works. There's what here is known as the boxes, and you've probably only been exposed to 2 boxes, just like I was, most people are. So this is thought, right? This is belief, okay? This is feeling, okay? So when a thought is charged with a feeling, it becomes a belief. This then is the program or the blueprint, and the circumstances in your life are a result of this. This leads to action, okay? And this leads to results. Now, most people believe that this is cause and this is effect, but people in metaphysics completely understand this is cause, and both the actions that waitress took that you take and the results that you get, these are effects because of the law of subconscious activity. Now I'm going to spill into a couple of the laws here so you really understand this. When you have a thought, no matter how true and wonderful it is, if you don't charge it with feeling, very little will happen initially and nothing will happen long term. On the other hand, if you believe something that's false, like you're not good enough, you don't deserve it, you're never going to make it, and you charge that with feeling like anger or self-pity or anything, a whole lot is going to happen. What's going to happen? It creates a program in the subconscious mind. So 95 to 98% of all decisions you make are made in your subconscious mind 7 seconds before you're actually aware of it. So what's the law of subconscious activity? Well, I want to go to Aladdin's lamp first. There's a reason that Aladdin's lamp, that fable, has been around for thousands of years in one form or another. There's a reason that the fairy godmother stories have been around for thousands of years. There's a reason that the genie in the bottle has been around for thousands of years. Here's why. There actually is a genie. It's incredible. There is Aladdin's lamp. I like the Aladdin lamp thing because it's actually in you. Okay, they're all in you, but it's an easier metaphor for you to relate to. And the idea behind the lamp is you have to find the lamp, then you have to rub it in a certain way, and then you have to ask in a certain way. And what are those ways? They are the 7 laws of the mind. So the number one law that we're talking about here today is the law of subconscious activity. You have all been to seminars. You've all heard, and with all due respect, people like Tony Robbins and Les Brown, wonderful motivational speakers. Once you find your heart's desire, you don't need any motivation because it comes from within. And I'm not saying they don't have value or they do have value. That's not what this video is about. This video is about the law of subconscious activity. What is the law of subconscious activity? Simply stated, once the subconscious mind accepts something as a truth, it will move hell and high water. How long? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, forever, to make that thing manifest, to find the resources, good or bad. Let me say that again, good or bad. You see, none of these laws only work one way, otherwise they wouldn't be laws. They work both ways. So we already have been over, and if you haven't seen it, please go back and see it, because what we're really talking about is using your imagination in a completely different way, connecting to the realm of divine ideas and stepping into the field of pure potentiality and infinite possibilities. And that exists through the source of all good energy, universal mind, whatever you want to call it. But if you have a resentment, it'll never, ever, ever happen. So please go back and see that if you haven't seen that. It's probably over there on your, yeah, you're right. Okay.
You know more about your cell phone than this.
Yeah. This is really about the wife, the fabulous Davine, is talking again about the cell phone, right? I don't need to know my left from my right. I'm saying this about cell phones. I bet, and I'm not bad technically, I bet you could show me 20 things on your iPhone that would mesmerize me. But can you literally create a new reality and manifest it within 30 to 90 days? Because what we're really talking about is once you master the 7 laws of the mind, you become a manifesting manifesto machine. It's phenomenal. You can create a life. I mean, how do we go from bankrupt to beachfront? Well, we had the Master Key system, which goes into this in a lot more detail. And coming soon, depending on when you're seeing this, actually once a year in September, and before you think, oh boy, here comes the pitch, your tuition's already covered. By previous members who were, your tuition's already covered by previous members who were remarkably successful, and they wanted to pay it forward for people like you. So there'll be a link down there called masterkeyexperience.com. Make sure you're on that list so you get early notification, because everybody gets hands-on support, no charge for that either. What we're actually going to do, or what we have to do, is limit the amount of people we can take in. So don't miss out on that. Make sure you hit that. Share it with people that you love, by the way. Let's review. The law of forgiveness, you have to forgive everyone and everything so that you open the channel. Remember, snake bites don't kill people, venom do. And when you're holding a resentment, the person that you're holding that resentment about, they're in jail, and so are you. You need to break that so you can open up your imagination and then start to work on the law of subconscious activity, which is going to take about 6 months to master. Here's a big lie that will help you distinguish between the con artists and the legitimate deals out there. They will tell you it takes 21 to 28 days to develop a habit, okay? Because that's really what this is all about. This right here is a habit. These are the habits of the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the seat of habit, and this is the tyrant or the benefactor that runs our life. To change habits through the law of subconscious activity, this is false. It's going to take you 67 to 71 days if you're like our students and have learned all this stuff and put 6 months into it, learning how to reprogram your mind to accept new habits. If you're not in the habit, and you'll know by your life, of developing new habits, it's 90 days without a miss and support. And we're going to give you that support, okay, for 6 months to establish that, okay, because this is what was freely given us and we're giving it away. So share this with people that you love. And we're going to go on to these laws here. This is how you can create differences in the subconscious mind. But remember, forgive everyone and everything so you open to the field of divine possibilities. The law of subconscious activity is once the subconscious mind accepts it, and it doesn't do it without getting charged with the feeling, okay? Like it feels so great to be thin, okay? Or feels so great to hit that pin level, or feels so great to experience love and intimacy. What does it feel like? Once you charge a thought with a feeling and it becomes a belief through repetition, and we're down here in practice, then the subconscious mind buys into it, and guess what? Your actions change, and the results change. And you don't have to take massive action. The biggest lie on the internet is take massive action. Why? Because this is who you are. And this is, you take massive action and you end up being disappointed. You're not going to be disappointed. There's a hero in you. Hit that link down below. Please tell me what you think and what you'd like us to talk about. And thanks to people like Stephen and Alina and all the people that are leaving comments and letting us know what they want. Get in the conversation. Peace out.